Williams, and welcome to Bluegrass on Stage. Today's featured artist is Karl Shiflett and the Big Country Show from Texas. Karl's classic bluegrass style is going to take you back to the good old days of bluegrass. So let's get picking. It's Bluegrass on Stage.
I stopped at a roadhouse in Texas, a little place called Hamburger Dan. I heard that old jukebox a-playing a song about a truck driving man. The waitress just brought me some coffee. I thanked her, then called her again. I said that song she does fit me, 'cause I'm a truck driving man. So pour me another cup of coffee, for it is the best in the land. I put another quarter in the jukebox and play the truck driving man. And then like a flash, I was gone. I got those old truck wheels a-rolling, and I'm headed south to San Antonio. When I get my call up to glory, and when I leave this old land, I'll be driving my truck up in heaven, 'cause I'm a truck driving man. So pour me another cup of coffee, for it is the best in the land. I put another quarter in the jukebox and play the truck driving man. Another cup of coffee, for it is the best in the land. I put another quarter in the jukebox and play the truck driving man. I put another $1.50 in the jukebox and play the truck driving man. All right. the inside of a barroom. Well, look around. Is it everything you thought that it would be? It's just a room where broken hearts forget old memories, and a hiding place for lonely fools like me. So turn around and find your way back through those swinging doors. Get out while you still understand what honest love is for. Blending love and liquor, oh, that's a heartache, that's for sure. So turn around and find your way back through those swinging doors. Find your way back through those swinging doors. Get out while you still understand what honest love is for. Blending love and liquor, oh, that's a heartache, that's for sure. So turn around and find your way back through those swinging doors. And find your way back to those swinging doors. All right. It's good to be here today on Bluegrass on Stage. Hope you're going to enjoy what we've got lined out for you. Let's call on the fellow with the fiddle now to come around. How about a little Katie Hill for the folks? At my door the leaves are falling, a cold wild wind will come. Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss someone. I miss those arms that held me when all the love was there. Well, I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we begun. There's someone for me somewhere, and I still miss someone. Oh, I never got over those blue eyes. I see them everywhere. I miss those arms that held me when all the love was there. Oh, I never got over those blue eyes. I see them everywhere. I miss those arms that held me when all the love was there. When all the love was there. All right, yeah.
Welcome to Bluegrass on Stage. Today we have Karl Shiflett from Texas with us. Karl, welcome to Grand Rapids.
Well, Patty, it's good to be here, and it's really an honor and a privilege to be here on Bluegrass on Stage.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. We were just tickled when we heard the big country show was going to be in town, and we were able to get you down in the studio today.
Yeah, we were over here at Howard City yesterday. So
At Howard City,
yeah,
Getting Picky, the
right.
Great Northern Music Hall.
That's right.
Yep. Now, you have quite a unique style.
Well, it might be unique for now, modern times, but it's actually patterned after the old style of bluegrass, the way it started back in the 40s, with the one microphone and the choreography around the mic where everybody moves in and out for their break. And it's just it's a unique thing nowadays, and it's referred to as retro nowadays.
Retro?
Yes.
Retro. And then, of course, your style of dress.
Exactly, yeah. I live 50 years behind the times. In fact, that was our motto. We had a t-shirt one time that said, living 50 years behind the times and loving it. So we kind of pattern ourselves from the music in the time period of the 40s and early 50s.
And who is some of your peers like you used to listen to that you would follow through on this pattern?
Well, of course, Bill Monroe, the father of bluegrass, Jimmy Martin, the king of bluegrass, and Flatt and Scruggs were the utmost ones that I listened to. I really loved their music and loved to watch them work a microphone, and they were just it for me.
Now, what is your history of bluegrass music?
Well, I grew up in Texas, born and raised there, and started playing music when I was about 9 years old. My daddy played the guitar, my granddaddy played the guitar, and his family were all musical, and my great-grandfather was an old-time fiddle player, so there was a lot of music in my family. And I remember when I was probably 3 or 4 years old, of course, you really don't remember back that far, but I remember one time my grandfather great-grandfather had this little cabinet. It had 2 doors on it, and he had his fiddle laying in a shelf there. And I walked in there and I plucked on the strings, and he run me out of there with his walking cane. I remember that. But I inherited his fiddle, got his fiddle, and so I played like 5 different instruments. I played the fiddle was the first instrument I started playing, then the guitar, banjo, and then mandolin and bass later on. Some that influenced me greatly, a fellow by the name of Herman Clute was one of my big influences on the banjo. He played the banjo, and the House Brothers were another duet. They done Stanley Brother music. They were a big influence. And so I got acquainted with those bluegrass pickers from Texas, and then the next year after I went to that first contest, I got a Flat and Scruggs record, and then the rest is history. I just learned everything I could, and back then, in them days, you had a turntable. You put your record on there and put the needle down, and you'd listen to it. You take the needle off, try to play it, and you put it back down. It's not like nowadays. Now they've got so many different ways of learning. It's just incredible. Some of the first festivals back in our part of the country was at Hugo, Oklahoma in '69. They started that festival. Bill Grant and his father did. And of course there was Hugo, and then there was Glen, Texas started in the early '70s. And then Grapeland, Texas was another one, Canton, Texas. So we had quite a few festivals early on in Texas. So I got a lot of exposure there. And then I started working with local groups, and then around '79 I got married and had 5 children. And
You've got, your son is in the band.
That's right. My oldest son is in the group, and he's been with me since he was 16. He started then and he homeschooled on the bus.
Wow.
And done his homework there. But as far as the history goes, I evolved on into playing with local groups on a weekend basis and kept a regular job. And then I recorded with people like Bill Grant, Delia Bell, and then I got to play on stage with people like Chubby Wise and Mac Wiseman. They would go to different festivals and not carry a band, you see. So when they came to our area, I was always one that they chose to play. And Kenny and Josh later on, you know, when they got their thing going. So I got a lot of exposure with a lot of different people that were really named people. And then I went to work with the Sullivan family, which was an all-gospel group, and got a big learning experience right there.
I bet. They're still around.
Yes, they are.
Very famous.
Close to 50 years now.
Wow.
Or
Great.
maybe over. Since 1949, I guess that's over 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that you might want to take this really serious and take it on the road and get your own show going as far as your style and start recording your own music?
I just felt it in my heart that that's what I needed to do. I was working as a sideman with the Sullivan family, and I felt there was more music inside me that I could express, and so I wanted to try it. And if I failed, then I could always go back to work as a sideman, I figured. So, so far it's been doing good. It's been since 1993 we started the group, and I guess this is going on 12, 13 years, I guess. We record for Rebel Records. We've got 3 projects that we've done with them, and going to go in the studio in the fall and do another project for them. We're also the newly appointed ambassadors of Bean Blossom, Indiana. It's the festival that's been going on. Next year will be 40 years. Bill Monroe started that festival in, what would that be, 1967, is that right? Or somewhere along
I remember going to that in the 70s, for sure.
I'm not sure exactly, but whatever 40 years equals, that's when it started. Well, it's still going strong, and this year they had a great festival in June. It started on a Saturday and went all the way through to the next Saturday. So the festival in June will be like that every year. And next year they're planning on a great big 40th year celebration.
Now, how did you get chosen ambassadors to that? What did that entail?
Well, I looked it up in the dictionary, and an ambassador spreads the word.
Oh, okay, all right.
So with the passing of Jimmy Martin, of course, nobody can take his place. But the people there at Bean Blossom had a bus fixed up with Bean Blossom wrote all over the side of it. It was just sitting there, and somebody needed to be out advertising for Bean Blossom. So it just so happened that my bus had broke down, and I needed a ride, and it all just kind of worked together, and that's the way it turned out. And we're proud and honored to be a part of Bean Blossom, and I hope the folks out there that are watching today will learn about it. They can check out the Bean Blossom Festival by going to www.beanblossom.com on the internet and checking it out.
Okay.
And of course, they can check our website out as well. It's www.karlshiflett.com. That's KarlShiflett. Some folks don't really know how to spell it, so
Well, yeah.
I think you're going to have it across the screen there, right?
I sure will.
All right.
We'll put it on there for you.
All right.
All right, we're going to call on the fellow with the mandolin now to come around. You feel like singing today?
Yeah, let's sing.
All right.
2 years ago when I first met you, you smiled at me and looked so sweet. You made me think you cared about me, but you never said that you loved me. I'm waiting to hear you call me darling. I'm waiting to hear you call me dear. You know that I have always loved you. Don't make me lonely all these years. Now maybe I took too much for granted to think you could ever love me. So please, oh please don't try to fool me, for all you cause is misery. I'm waiting to hear you call me darling. I'm waiting to hear you call me dear. You know that I have always loved you. Don't make me lonely all these years. I'm waiting to hear you call me darling. I'm waiting to hear you call me dear. You know that I have always loved you. Don't make me lonely all these years.
All right, Shayne Bartley. All right. so pretty, you're sparkling tonight. Long hair a-flowing, made up just right. You lit up a room I was usually dim. You're making your man proud. Lord, I wished I was him. You're laughing and joking and having a ball, making believe I ain't here at all. And no one can tell that I'm out on a limb, pretending I'm happy, but oh Lord, I wished I was him. So fine. Yes, I never noticed back when you was mine. But hindsight and heartache go together somehow. I wished I had seen then what I'm seeing now. You're laughing and joking and having a ball, making believe I ain't here at all. And no one can tell that I'm out on a limb, pretending I'm happy, but oh Lord, I wished I was him. Pretending I'm happy, but oh Lord, I wished I was him. Pretending I'm happy, but oh Lord, I wished I was him.
Karl, welcome to Bluegrass on Stage.
All right, it's good to be here.
I'll tell you, why don't you introduce your band to us?
Well, where do you want me to start?
Wherever you want.
All right, I guess we'll start right over here with this young man. He's from Louisville, Kentucky, and his name is Glen Gibson. He plays the old hound dog Dobro guitar. Right back here is my oldest son from the great state of Texas. He plays the upright bass, and we're proud of him. Right here is a man from Kentucky. He lives over around Georgetown, Shayne Bartley on the mandolin. And right there on the little fiddle, he's originally from New York State, makes his home now in Ohio, but he's going to move back to Nashville, and we'll discuss that, but he'll tell you how he's going to do it. He plays the fiddle, and we're proud of him. And back here with this orange shirt on is a banjo picker. And he's from Kentucky, and he's got a whole lot more sense than what he looks like he's got.
I see.
Of course he'd have to.
Ah, yes.
That's West Vanderpool, he's good.
Well, welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Let's start with Kriss. Kriss, you're on the road with your dad,
Yes, ma'am.
and you've been on the road how long with your
Almost
dad?
10 years.
And how long have you been playing bass?
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
Started one week and went on stage the next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And you enjoy being on the road?
Yes, yeah, very much. Wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Okay, great, great. So who watches who?
We stay our separate ways.
Is that true?
I kind of keep an eye on myself. Just all
I keep an eye on myself.
Well, that's great that you're in a family thing going here.
Oh, yeah.
I like a lot of bluegrass bands. There's a lot of family bands.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Let's get to the banjo picker.
Yeah.
I noticed you've got quite a unique style.
Well, thank you. I think that contributes from listening to a lot of. I listen to Flat and Scruggs, of course, and the Osborne Brothers, probably one of my favorite groups. Listen to a lot of Sonny's playing, but mostly jazz and blues is what I listen to most of the time.
And you could pick that up in your playing.
Yeah, I'd try to incorporate as much of that as possible because there's too many banjo players that play that they sound a whole lot alike, you know, and there's a lot of great ones out there, but I'm just trying to do something different maybe to stand out. I don't know if it's going to be bad or good yet.
Oh, it's good. We intentionally try to sound different from everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
He's doing a wonderful job.
He does, he does. I noticed right away his unique style kind of caught my ear immediately.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah.
What do you do for pastime?
Well,
Chase girls.
Other than that, that's about it. I don't have a whole lot of time to do that because we're on the road so much. You know, I like playing baseball and stuff like that when I get the chance to at home, but it's very, very seldom. Golf too.
Golf?
Me and Shayne do that a lot on the road, and he's yet to beat me, but soon I'm sure he'll be good enough to beat me.
What was that new nickname y'all had for him? Woods? What was the name? Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods, that's it.
Tiger Woods?
That's Tiger Woods right there.
That's right.
For sure.
Oh, Matt, they say you're from New York. Originally, how did you pick up in bluegrass music being upstate New York?
Well, my dad had a Flat and Scruggs album. He had a lot of albums, but I liked the Flat and Scruggs one the best. And later on, my brother got interested in picking, and then there was a radio show on up there, and we tuned into that, and I don't know, we just picked up on it and just learned to play by hearing what we heard on the radio.
Now, did you say your brother plays
Yes.
also? Did you have a family group going too?
No.
No, just kind of picked up on it?
Yeah.
When did you start playing professionally with other bands?
I don't know. About David Peterson would have been the first band, and how long ago was that? 3 years?
3 years ago.
3 years, and played for almost a year with David, and then went with Karl.
So how long have you been with Karl?
About 2 years,
2
almost
years.
2 years.
Yeah. And you're a good singer too. Do you
thank
pick
you.
up on the tenor?
Yeah, I was always in jam sessions up in New York. I was always stuck singing tenor, and it just stuck with me. And and nobody else would be willing to do it or whatever. So I had.
He's an excellent singer.
He's a great
And
singer.
a great fiddle player.
Yeah. So what do you do for a pastime? You golfing with these guys,
no,
or
I really don't have a pastime.
you don't chase the women?
No,
No. Just...
He's got
I
one.
caught one, so.
Oh, okay.
I practice a lot at home and stuff like that. But
And
I
you're,
really don't.
you're heading back to Nashville, I understand.
Yeah, we're trying to find a place down there we're looking to buy a place. So.
Great. Now you play the mandolin.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. What's your history of bluegrass?
Well,
Lord have mercy.
like all the other guys, they were influenced by Flat and Scruggs. I grew up in a house where my dad played bass, and my older brother, by 14 years, was a multi-instrumentalist musician himself. But the first thing I remember hearing was the Stanley Brothers. I grew up around listening. My dad listened to the Stanley Brothers and Flat and Scruggs and Bill Monroe. And but the thing that caught my ear more than anything when I started wanting to learn to play was my dad taking us to bluegrass festivals in the early 70s and mid 70s, and heard the Country Gentleman for the first time.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And at that time, Doyle Lawson was the mandolin player in that band, and he's been my favorite mandolin player of all time ever.
He's
you
a
know.
good.
And
Yes.
that's who, you know, when I learned, I tried to learn to play like him, you know, and everything. But, you know, as you grow, you kind of develop your own way of playing. But
I know he'd appreciate
and
that.
the area I come from in eastern Kentucky, I grew up around the same area as Keith Whitley and Ricky Skaggs, and we all within about a 20-mile radius.
Did you know them?
Yeah, I knew Keith really well. I mean, when I was a kid, my brother and he played some together.
Really?
And I grew up around him, and I remember a good memory of Keith was when I was 9 years old. We were at a Bluegrass festival in Wise, Virginia, and at the time Keith was singing lead for Ralph Stanley, and it had rained and rained, and there was knee-deep mud for a 9-year-old anyway. And about half the day, Keith picked me up and carried me around on his shoulders.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looking back on it now, you know, now that he's gone and everything. So, but as far as my musical history, I've played in so many bands through the years. I started in the early '80s with my brother in a band with him and my dad, and I played in that a couple of years. And then my first, I guess, out on the road professional job was with Dave Evans in the River Bend in 1985, and played with him a couple of years, and played with Charlie Sizemore, Lost and Found.
Wow, you have quite the history with bluegrass bands, and don't you?
A couple other ones,
Yeah.
you know, through the years. But, you know,
And you sing. You do a great job
try.
singing. Yeah.
Oh, he does good in everything. he
when it's
does.
not too early.
He's even a good bus driver.
Is he a good? Who all drives a bus?
Well,
Us four right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Take turns.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun sometimes. Till you get Carl back on them hills in some places. That's
Till you start messing with the driver.
yeah.
Listen, Glen, you play in the Dobro. You're the newest member to the band, I understand.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why he's
Started about, 6 months ago, 7 months ago?
Yeah.
So how do you like this group? You like playing with these guys?
It's a challenge. No, they're a great bunch to be around, and everybody gets along, and it's almost like having 5 brothers, 5 immature brothers.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Well, I can believe that.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, great. Now, to your style, you're kind of an aggressive player, and I noticed some of the licks that you had the other day at the concert was a lot of Josh Graves.
Yeah, Josh was really the reason I started playing Dobro. Heard him on a Flat and Scruggs album, and I was playing banjo first, and there were so many banjo players around Louisville, Kentucky, and a friend of mine, Steve Cooley, told me, he said, you're going to need to learn how to play more than one instrument if you really want to try to do anything. So, so I heard the Dobro and thought it sounded pretty cool and started playing it.
Wow, great. Great. And I heard you singing the other day, too.
Yeah, I try to sing occasionally.
Throw in some old country songs every now and then.
Yeah, that's a great job.
And it's a requirement for an individual in this band to play aggressive. So that's the reason he got the job. He's really good at what he does, and he's aggressive with it. His playing's got cojones.
So how's being on the road together? You guys are really busy. You must spend a lot of time together. Now, Glen said you're like brothers. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when we're not on the road, me and Shayne live so close. I think it's about 20, 30 miles from each other. We play golf all the time at home, when we're there, and luckily we don't have to deal with fiddle players there. So.
Them fiddle players, they breathe all that rosin. They get fiddle crazy.
But no, everybody in the band is really close. I mean, we pick on each other a lot. But also, I mean, if, especially playing wise, if somebody is doing something that the other one don't like, we don't hesitate to tell. And it's kind of rough love, but it helps because it
Doesn't let things build up.
Yeah.
Everything's vented, and if we have any problems with anybody, it's usually put out there really quick. But it's it's great.
Well, we have a lot of fun working with each other. We have fun on stage when we're
Yeah, it
performing.
shows.
You just have to.
It shows.
When you're together so much, and when it's time to get out there and work, you need to have fun and let the people know that you're having fun, and they'll enjoy it too.
It definitely shows with you guys.
All right, I'm going to call on the fellow with the fiddle and the fellow with the 5-string banjo, and they're going to come around and do an old-time number the way it used to be done years ago. The solemn old judge on the Grand Ole Opry would say, "Children, are you ready?" And everybody'd say, "Sure enough." Anyway, he'd say, "Let her go, boys." There you have it, the fiddle and the banjo. All right, let's see here. We might ought to mention our website for all you folks out there that's watching and listening today. www.karlshiflett.com. That's Karl with a K and Shiflett with an F. Let's do this little number here. I don't need a lot of money or a mansion to behold. I don't need a ship to sail the ocean blue. I won't look for hidden treasures. I found a love that's true, and that's all that really matters. 'Cause all I want is you. I got a diamond ring that sparkles and a golden band that shines. Let me place them on your finger. Say you'll change your name to mine. Oh, I found the greatest treasure, and I know you love me too, and that's all that really matters. 'Cause all I want is you. Sparkles and a golden band that shines. Let me place them on your finger. Say you'll change your name to mine. Oh, I found the greatest treasure. I know you love me too, and that's all that really matters. All I want is you.
Lips make a smile on my face. Eyes don't let her see you shed a tear. a beat. Pride, don't let her know how much I care. Don't let her know, don't let her know how much I care. Still burning deep inside. And don't let her see the way I tremble. Oh, don't let her know how much I've cried. I've cried. Don't let her know, don't let her know how much I've cried.
All right. Yeah, let me have that guitar.
Trade.
All right. Let's see now. The band's got a favorite number that they like to do, and we'll go down Texas way and do this number for all you folks out there. Just to let you know that we're from Texas. It's a little number entitled The Panhandle Rag. How about it?
tell you what, every band has a signature song, and I guess our signature song come to us about 1999. We recorded it for Rebel Records, and it went to the #2 spot in the Bluegrass charts. And I always tell everybody, if it'd been just a little bit better song, and Murder on Music Row hadn't been in that #1 spot all year long, this would have went #1. One entitled Where the Smoke Goes Up and the Money Goes Down. I'm a blue-collar worker, one of the best. I works hard all week with just a little rest. When I get my paycheck, I'm honky-tonk bound. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. All night long in that little bar downtown. 'Cause everybody's dancing to that honky-tonk sound. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. That honky-tonk sound. When the waitress walks by, I lay my money down. It's a honky-tonk angel that keeps me hanging around. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. All night long in that little bar downtown. 'Cause everybody's dancing to that honky-tonk sound. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. That honky-tonk sound. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. Where the smoke goes up and the money goes down. We've enjoyed our visit with you today. Hope to see you again sometime. Until next time, God bless you. Take care of yourself. We'll see you somewhere down the road. So long, everybody.